Now, this one tip I'm gonna share with you has helped me get countless amounts of plaques, get into countless amounts of rooms, and really start helping me get major songs completed. And that is, so 99% of producers, first of all, they have never done a real song. They've never been in a real studio. They just sit in their room making beats all day, which is cool if you're a hobbyist. But if you're really trying to take your career to the next level and really start doing music for a living, you got to start moving different than 99% of producers. Now, this one tip I'm going to share with you has helped me get countless amounts of plaques, get into countless amounts of rooms, and really start helping me get major songs completed. And that is working with writers, bro. Working with writers is the number one secret, I feel like, for producers, especially in 2025, 2026, because you guys think that you're just gonna make beats and send them to some random email or send them to some random artist, and that artist is gonna go in there and make a hit on your beat, and then, oh my God, you're the biggest producer in the world after that. But it doesn't work like that, bro. You have to understand that in order to get these plaques don't come from beats. These plaques come from songs, and most of these songs, I was actually in the studio putting these songs together with the artist. I wasn't just at home. There was no plaque that I have where I was just at home making beats and sent out a beat to an email and I got a plaque on my wall. That doesn't happen. That's not gonna happen. You have to leave your room, you have to leave your house and start navigating the space of music, which is going to events, going to parties, going to studios, going to anywhere where you can meet somebody that could potentially give you an opportunity to change your life. And what I want you guys to start focusing on is not only the rappers. The rappers are not the most important people in this situation. You guys need to start moving around with A&Rs, label executives, and most importantly, writers. Why writers? Why do I say that writers are the secret to getting placements and selling beats in 2025, 2026? Because a lot of you guys think that artists are making these songs. Really, the biggest songs that you hear are made by writers and producers, and then the artist just comes in. Like, a lot of times we do what's called a reference. A lot of these songs that I have on my wall come from references, which means I'm in the studio with the writer, we're working on a song together, I'm making the beat, the writer is writing the song, and then we present the song to the artist, and the artist just re-records what we've already done. The song is already 99% done by the time we bring it to the artist. A lot of you guys are just sending out beats, hoping that an artist hears it and comes up with some magical hook. These artists don't know how to arrange a song and make a hit. That's what really a writer and a producer's job is. An artist is just there to pretty much perform what you've already done. And I think as soon as you guys adopt that mindset, you're gonna start to get a lot more success. So the question is, how do you find these writers? What I would suggest to you is find songs that you like, especially people that are up and coming, and I will be going into the credits. I will be going to genius.com, looking up who's the writer for this song. And a lot of times writers are not Hollywood. These artists be Hollywood. Hollywood means like they only want to work with people that's popping. Writers will pretty much work with anybody that has good music because that's their job, is to create the best product. So they will work with you even if you're just getting started, as long as you approach them in the correct manner, which I'm going to show you guys how to do that in my VIP community. If you guys want to learn how to start working with more writers, get more placements, sell more beats, and join us, click the link down below, click the VIP and join the community. You're going to get access to all my classes, all my drum kits, multi-kits, MIDI kits, everything that you need to win as a producer in 2026. I want you guys to win, so I see you guys there. But writers, you need to be looking into the credits, finding writers that have written the songs that you like, especially if you go into the like album fillers, the songs that aren't the biggest singles on the album, but they still worked on the album. That's still super valuable because they're actually going to be your number one connection to working with these artists. Y'all always trying to shoot to work with directly with the artist, when you need to be working with everybody around the artist, because the artist isn't the person that's actually making the songs. It's actually the writers, it's actually the producers, it's actually like the A&Rs that are putting all this stuff together. And I think that's the number one secret. Like, if I had to give you guys some advice for 2026, I would say, first of all, leave your house. Second of all, learn how to brand yourself and make people want to work with you. Learn how to present yourself. Obviously, learn how to make your beat super fire, which that's really the easiest part. Making the beats is the easiest part. The hardest part, I mean, none of it is really hard, but the part that most people are skipping is the actual getting out and making yourself known and starting to work with people in real life. That's the part that most people are skipping, and I advise everyone to start devoting a lot more time to that instead of just making beats, making beats, making beats. We just talked about in my last video about most producers are busy and not productive. They're just stacking up beats on their hard drive in the hard drive graveyard that I like to call it, but they're not actually getting any progress. And a year later, they just got a whole bunch of beats, but they don't got no plaques on their wall. And obviously getting plaques on your wall is the ultimate goal. And to get these, am I Drake? No. Am I a writer? No. I'm a producer, but I had to work with those people to get this. Without the people, without the other people, the participants, you can't get this. So if your goal is to get this, you need to focus on meeting more people and getting more songs done. And how do you do that? Connect with the writers, connect with the artists, get into the studio, get into real studios. If you've never been in a real studio, I want everybody that's watching this video to make that their next goal. This week, within the next 7 days, you need to get into a real studio. Even if you have to book it yourself, even if you have to call some of your friends and you guys put money together and book the studio, you need to get out of your room so you can start getting real studio experience. In my VIP community, we have a map. We have a member map so you can see where all of our members are. And I'm sure there are other members that are in your neighborhood, that are in your city, that would love to put together some money to get into a real studio. That's what the community is about. It's about helping each other reach the top and get to the next level. So I want you guys to click the link down below, join. I'm gonna give you guys a whole lot more sauce. Also, you're gonna be able to send in your beats to me so I can review them and tell you what you need to do in order to improve. And I'm gonna give you guys some connections to some writers that I'm working with as well. So if you wanna get to the next level, definitely click that link. And let's get into the next secret for how to sell your beats and win in 2026. So let me give you guys another reason why writers are gonna be your best friend and most important asset when it comes to getting placements and selling beats. It's because these writers have gained the trust of the artists. 99% of the time, whatever the writers tell the artists that they need to do, they're gonna do it, okay? Like these writers, a lot of them already have hits, and a lot of times when writers go into the studio with artists, the artists are looking at the writers like, tell me what to do. Like, how do I get one of these plaques? Like, what do I do? So if you have your beats getting sent to a writer and you guys develop a relationship, you are gonna be able to get so many more opportunities as opposed to just being a producer sending beats. It's literally gonna be night and day because these writers, their only job is to get music to artists. I promise you these writers are not just writing songs and leaving them on their hard drive like a producer. They're not doing that. They're getting in the studio, they're working with these artists, they're getting the cuts. Because unfortunately, writers get paid way less than producers. A lot of people don't know this. So writers have to get a lot more placements to make the same money as you with the beats. You know what I'm saying? So let's say you're working with 5, 6, 7 different writers. Imagine how many opportunities that you're gonna have as opposed to just searching online for emails and trying to randomly connect with artists. Like I'm trying to show you guys how I got these plaques so that you guys can duplicate and replicate everything that I've done, following the methods that I've done. A lot of these YouTubers, they don't know, bro. A lot of these YouTubers don't got no plaques. They don't have they're not selling beats like that. They're just making videos. A lot of these YouTubers are on the same level as y'all. They just got a camera in their face. I'm trying to show you guys like how to actually win in this game. You know what I'm saying? And that's by working with writers. Number 2, having an aim. Every time I go in the studio, we are very intentional about what we're doing in the studio. We're not just in there making beats and having fun. I mean, we're having fun and making beats, but it's intentional. You know what I'm saying? We're there to hit targets. We're there to make sure that, okay, what we do is we survey the room. We're gonna say what opportunities you have, what opportunities you have, what opportunities you have. Obviously, you need to be working with people that are doing outreach just like you. Like if you and all of your homies are all out trying to make opportunities, then when you get in the room, you can be like, okay, what you working on, what you working on, what you working on, what you working on. And then we can start hitting those targets. Because that's the goal. These are targets. You see these plaques on the wall? They're circled for a reason. That's a target that you need to be trying to hit. So we be like, okay, we need 3 songs for this artist. We need 5 songs for this artist. And we start working on the beats. And then we start working with the writers to get the songs. And then we send it to the artists. We're not just sending beats to artists. 80% of the time, we're sending whole full songs, references to artists. At least beats with hooks. At least beats with hooks. If you're just sending out beats with no hooks, how you gonna compete with that? How you gonna compete when we're sending out beats with hooks? You know what I'm saying? You guys gotta understand, to get to the top of the game, you gotta move like the niggas at the top of the game. You gotta become one of those people. And in order to do that, working with writers is gonna help you elevate your whole game. Working with writers is gonna help you elevate everything that you got going on in your music career, because you'll be able to send out full songs. Look, I'm gonna give you guys an industry secret. Let's say, hypothetically, Cardi B's team hits you up for beats, right? They're asking for full songs, but they're not gonna word it like that. They're gonna say, hey, can you send over some stuff? They're gonna say, they're not gonna ask for beats. They're gonna be like, yo, can you send over some stuff? Which means send over full songs, bro. If you think Cardi or Nicki Minaj or any of these top artists right now is in the studio writing raps like it's the 90s and writing every word and putting their songs together by themselves, no sirski. They're asking for full songs without saying it. So if you want to start getting placement at the top of the game, you need to start putting together full songs. Think about this. Think about in the pop world. You think Taylor Swift is in the studio booth writing with a pen and a pad, writing her lyrics out? No, all that stuff is already prepared for them. They walk in, they listen to the song, oh, I like this song, and then they re-record over the references that the writer has already laid out. They're not in there making beats from scratch and like, no. That's some shit y'all done fell into watching YouTube too much. In the real life, the songs are already completely done before the artist even walks into the studio. So you need to start working on creating full songs with writers that have industry connections, and that's how you're going to start getting a lot more placements, a lot more beat sales, and start creating income off of your beats, because the entire goal is to quit your 9-to-5 and do music for a living. So, and if you want to get to that level, you need to follow out the steps that I'm laying out, and I'm going to show you guys everything that you need to do step by step. All you got to do is click the link down below. I'm actually doing a free class later today, so if you click the link and join my free class, I'm going to give you guys sauce on how to start selling your beats and the 3 top things that you need to change in order to win in the game. I appreciate everybody for checking out the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. You guys know that I'm doing everything by myself. I'm filming everything by myself. I'm editing everything by myself. So every single comment, I really appreciate it. Every subscribe, I appreciate it. Everybody that taps into my videos, please let me know what you think in the comments. And if you guys want me to make a video on a specific topic, leave that in the comment as well. And if it gets enough likes, I'll definitely make it. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Let's get it.
So I want to share a quick story, explain with you who I am and what I do. My name is Damane. I'm a music producer from Atlanta, Georgia, and I don't work with the biggest artists in the world: Drake, Gunna, Lil Wayne, Young Thug, Lil Baby. You name it, 21 Savage, I don't work with them. And not only was I able to do that, I done spent the last 3 years helping hundreds of producers just like you start from absolutely nothing and start selling their beats, getting their first sales, getting their first placements, getting their first plaques, even some people getting record deals, bro. You need to surround yourself with people that have accomplished the things that you want to do in your life if you want to win. And that's why I created the Producer Pathway. What is that? The Producer Pathway is the #1 community for producers where we're growing, learning, connecting, and simplifying the process of producing. You're going to get access to 5 hours of course videos taught by me. You're also going to get all of my kits, all of my loops, all of my MIDI packs, every single thing that I have to offer. You're going to get. Also, I'm going to give you a copy of my newest book, Brick by Brick, where I started from absolutely nothing and told the story about sleeping in my car to working with Drake and working with the biggest artists in the world, how you can do the same thing. You're also going to get access to the Bricks Academy Lite, which is a super light version of my 6-week-long program where producers learn how to sell their beats, get placements, start networking, and start getting progress. You need to be around people that build you up instead of break you down, and that's why we do weekly Zoom calls with the industry's top producers so you can connect with them one-on-one and start networking. Bro, but everybody that's on this video right now, I'm gonna do something so special. I'm gonna offer all of this stuff at a price that is truly ridiculous. If you're a music producer or a beat maker, this community is for you. Lock in right now and become a founding member before the price goes up, guys. You're gonna be getting weekly calls, kits, MIDIs, plug-in presets, melodies, copy of my book, a copy of my course, a copy of my... Actually, I just did a viral content creation guide. I also put that in there. It's a whole bunch of awesome stuff, guys. The time to act is now. Join the community. Just remember, sometimes it's the smallest decisions that could change your life forever. Get around people that are winning, that can show you that everything that you need to know to take your career to the next level. This could change everything for you guys. Click the link, join the community, and I'll see you guys there.